Howdy folks, how we going? Thanks for joining me in the brewery. This is only going to be, I'm only planning this one being a short one. I'm going to quick chat about these two beers. After I get a nice little photo. Smile for the camera. So, I want to chat about these two beers and more about the comparison of these two beers. This is my dry extract lager, all dry extract, and this is Pilsner from freshwater kit from Naronian. Now, I've been doing the easy extract stuff lately, and I've been getting questions about, people sort of asking how does it compare to all grain, particularly the dry extract option, which is something I'm going to look at playing with a little bit more when I get into the new brewery. I'm going to fine tune my brewing, and I'm going to be doing a lot more like just dry extract and a lot more partial, the easy extract, the partial mash and dry extract brewing. I won't be doing as much all grain brewing, and this is sort of tied into this. So people have been asking, like, does this partial extract or extract, particularly dry, make a decent beer? And I'll keep saying it doesn't. I'm making really, really good beers. And it only sort of hadn't occurred to me, but it did sort of last night. I was sitting down last night and went, hang on, I've got two beers on tap, which are very much the same beer, with two different methods. The freshwater kit is a very much pushed way for newer brewers, or extract brewers to step up into all grain brewing to get you a good quality beer. They're very well spruiked. They're not something I've done a lot of, but this is, this is where they are. And I thought these two beers are the same. I said this is all dry extract lager. It's hopped with Mittelfrat and Saaz for flavour. This is, I said, freshwater kit from Naronian. This was recommended from the brewers at Jervis Bay as the way to make this beer into a Pilsner, and basically had a little bit of dextrose added to the original kit, with a little bit of, well, I added a small amount of Pilsen malt. That wasn't necessarily recommended, a little bit of dex, just to bring up the alcohol a little bit. But this was also had a 20 gram small boiler Saaz as well. So there's very strong similarities between these two beers, style and potential flavour-wise. I said yes, this is more lager, as opposed to more Pilsner base. This has got a little bit more deeper malt going on, and you can see from the colour, the lager is a good, 2 or 3 shades deeper in colour. They're both lovely clear beers. They're looking nice. They've got lovely carbonation. They've got good head. Both 4.7% ABV, so they've had the same amount of ferment attenuation. This fellow went 1044 to 1008. This went 1046 to 1010. So, funnily, the Pilsner is actually carrying a little bit more body on the gravity than the lager. But the big thing is, how do they taste flavour-wise? And I've been drinking these, and I thought, well, I don't know, they're both really good beers. Well, let's sit down and actually try them side by side. A thought that hadn't even really entered my head, even though it really should have. But anyway, let's have some beer. Now this one's been around for a little while. I brewed this back in July. It was kegged at the end of July, so it's 4 months old. So it's had plenty of time to condition. It did spend quite a bit of time just sitting in the keg when I couldn't get into the keg fridge. It's just a really nice, simple lager. It's got nice malt flavour. It's got a lovely body. It's clean, smooth. It's got a nice little hop finish. all dry extract, yeah, and you give it to most people, they probably wouldn't pick it. Probably couldn't pick it wasn't an all grain brew. Pilsner, commercially made, fresh wort kit. Like I said, topped up the way the brewer said to get Pilsner finish. Again, nice malty beer. Nice bitterness, nice flavour, nice mouthfeel. It's funny this one's got the higher the higher final gravity, but it is a little bit less on the mouthfeel than the dry extract version. Like that is a little bit more rounded. Alright, okay. For the most part, they're two incredibly similar beers. That's it. I don't know how close the base recipes would be. But the target beer is fairly similar. I think the bitterness levels are probably fairly much the same. There's definitely just a little bit more mouthfeel in that, and I've got to say, as much that is a really nice beer, there is a slight flavour in there which isn't quite as clean as this fella. And yeah, if you weren't sitting here doing them side by side, you probably wouldn't even find anything wrong with it. And to a degree, it's not particularly that there's anything wrong with it. It's just it's there, and I think it's more of that slightly deeper malt. You know, it's said obviously that that creates that little bit extra colour. Yeah, there is just a little something there that's not over here, and it could simply be, from the combination of the malts, and it certainly doesn't distract from the beer. But that is still a really nice beer, but it isn't quite as just clean and well, just clean. Like the cleanliness is not quite the same as the fresh wort kit. Yeah, that's what you're getting from that. But again, like there's middle froth in that. There's 5 IBU of middle froth at 20 minutes. So that on its own is going to bring a little bit of something that this one definitely isn't going to have. So could be all it is, just a slightly different, hop presence. Because it's not a bad flavour. Reality, like 2 really good beers. Simple methods both ways for a brewer at home. Obviously, that's the easier option. This one still requires a little bit of a boil and a chill and whatnot with your equipment. This was brewed on the Robo Brew, but for at home, that's fairly easy going. You get to play around with it. The dump and ferment, but both create a really good beer. So, getting back to that question, can you brew with dry extract and create beer, of a good quality that matches up with an all grain? Yes, you certainly can. Like I said, apart from that just slight flavour that's not quite, that isn't quite as clean, I don't perceive it to be a fault in the beer, and it's not I said it's not a flavour that is off-putting or, you know, weird. It's just a character of this particular beer. Yeah, I'm quite happy to smash that down. But I think, yeah, I think it's nothing more than just different hop combination with that, you know, just a different gravity, different, you know, remaining gravity, remaining sugar in the brew. Like drinking them, it's clear, like lager, pilsner, there is two different finishes, so you're going to get that. But the big takeaway, like I said, for me going forward is that, okay, that was a fresh wort kit, but to make that all grain is a 5 to 6 hour process. A lot of cleaning, a lot of mucking around, a lot of, you know, a lot of things you've got to do. That is essentially sub 2 hours and fairly straightforward. Let's fill the robo brew, dump in some malt, bring it to a boil, add your hops, chill it, put in a fermenter. Simple and really good quality. So I say yes, you can brew equivalent beer with dry extract, or yeah, extend that even, yeah, into partial extract. The secret is with extract, as we've been doing all year with twang files, is you've got to get rid of liquid extract. If you're doing extract brewing, you've got to go dry extract. There's just absolutely no doubt about it. You are absolutely wasting your time. You're pissing money against the wall, throwing quality away if you're continuing to use liquid extract. We could piss it off. This stuff. It's easier to manipulate your recipes and create your own customized profile with dry extract than it ever is with liquid malt. No twang. No worries about is it 3 months old, is it 9 months old. You're getting the same result. Where we get your liquid, it's darkened, the malt intensifies, it gets toffeed up, it gets, yeah, nothing good. So whichever way you choose to go, that's up to you entirely. I personally don't like to brew with fresh wort kits because for me it's not brewing. This way I'm brewing, I'm creating a recipe, I'm making it, that I'm doing nothing other than dumping shit in a bucket. So there's no satisfaction production wise with this, though it does make good beer. If you're finding good kits, you know, you can get good beer. I'll put a link down the bottom to Naronian. I think this is a kit he's going to do a bit more often, this sort of thing. They're good. I said they're out of Jervis Bay, who make some really good beers, and they actually do a decent Pilsner. I commented on the actual video for this beer itself that this is fairly similar to their Point Perp Pilsner that they do at the brewery. One of the few commercial Pilsners I've ever really enjoyed. But that's certainly food for thought. But I said I'm definitely playing with dry extract a lot more going forward. So even that sort of thing, yeah, stick with us. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Questions or comments down the bottom. We're sneaking up on Christmas. It's not far away, is it? New brewery's not far away either. Yeah. Thank you to all the supporters of the channel. You like what's going on, give me a thumbs up. But for now, I'm out of here. So I'll see you in the next video. I'm brewing beer, drinking beer, talking beer. Good brewing.